Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, oh, my mum's just got home. Give me a minute. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube. Now I know I said I was going to do my tattoo tag video and tell you all about them, but I've been really crashing the past sort of week, 2 weeks, and I just thought I would rather do something a little bit more meaningful. So I thought I'd come on and tell you how I get over crashes and kind of what my little tips and tricks are in case any of them help you. I wrote a list because I've got massive brain fog at the minute, so my mind is just mushy. If you've got like ME, fibro, a lot of chronic illnesses and you experience brain fog, tell people about it, because no one seems to understand that my mind is just absolute mush. So let's chat about that. Okay, so the first thing that I notice when I'm crashing is that dehydration plays a massive part in it, especially in this weather where it's very hot, or at least it has been, and then thundery. Dehydration. So the thing about dehydration is it lowers your blood pressure. Now I've got quite low blood pressure anyway, so I'm definitely noticing that at the minute I'm more dehydrated. So if I eat a big meal, I'm feeling really faint, which is to do with my blood pressure and dehydration. So to stay hydrated, obviously drink lots. But another thing that some people might not know is you need to increase your salt intake. So grab a salty snack. If you've been craving something salty, if you've been craving like salt and vinegar crisps or like salted popcorn, that's probably why. That's your body telling you you're dehydrated and you need something salty. Also, in terms of that, if you are dehydrated and your blood pressure's dropping, just take a little bit of extra time, like when you get up. Don't just jump up and go straight into doing things. Kind of, if you've been lying down, sit for a minute and then get up, and keep your head elevated with a pillow at night. Now I've got a couple of drinks which are my go-tos, so I'm going to share them with you because I've got them right here. Lucozade. I love Lucozade so much. Obviously you don't want to overload yourself with sugar, but I do feel that it helps me have a little boost. This is the Caribbean Crush flavour. Now I'm just going to tell you now, it is unreal. Like, this is just unreal. My second thing that I recommend is the 100% NAC powder from, I get this one from My Protein. So I could do a whole video on this, but I'm going to try and ramble through it very quickly. So this is an amino acid mix. So these amino acids, I can't pronounce them, so I'm not gonna, but I'll pop them here. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this. They help produce glutathione, which contributes, it's an which is an antioxidant, and it just helps regulate and improve your immune system, get rid of all the nasties. So I swear by this. I will have this sort of like four or 5 times a week. I'll have this. You can have it a couple times a day. It comes with like a little scoop in it. You can have it a couple times a day. It is unflavoured. It's not unflavoured. It's flavoured like fish. So when you open it, it smells disgusting, just to warn you. That's normal, that's fine, you haven't got an off one. You can mix it with like juice, squash, whatever. I mix it with my Women's Best. This is the Raspberry Rush. I did prefer the strawberry and I think it was kiwi, but I can never seem to get that, so I'm on Raspberry Rush at the minute, which is another BCAA. All the amino acids, really good for you. But yes, I thoroughly recommend 100% NAC amino acid. It's about £7 or £8 on My Protein, and that lasts hundreds of servings. And yeah, usually they have an offer on, so completely non-affiliated, nothing with them. I just really recommend that. So now we've chatted about all the hydration elements. I would say we need to get a little bit of fresh air. That's really hard when you're crashing, because my automatic reaction is to be like, no, cancel all my plans, I'm staying inside on the sofa, which is great. But I do think just try and even just sit outside for 5 minutes. I know in some places, depending on where you live, that might be hard, but yeah, just try and even just open a little window, just let a bit of air circulate. It don't get nice when you're stuck at home, so just have a bit of circulating air. You know what I mean. Consulting my list, because mushy. Obviously increase your rest. I have been resting a lot more, and I'm not gonna lie, my sleep pattern and my sleeping routine has got a little bit knocked out of kilter because of this. But if you need the extra rest and you can have it in terms of your work or your life balance, whatever's going on, take it. I've been sleeping probably an extra 2 hours a night, which is quite a lot. I was sleeping probably about 8 hours and now I'm up to about 10. So that's, you know, 25% increase is quite a bit. But yeah, so just do what you need to do in terms of rest, and obviously if you need to cancel some plans, please do them. And then the last section that I kind of jotted down was the mental health stuff. I think when we think about crashes and recovering from crashes, we don't really think about the mental side of it. We just think, oh, my body's been in pain, what should I do? So yeah, I just thought I'd take a few moments to speak about that, really. It's a tough one. Crashing, I've found it really difficult. These crashes the past few weeks have massively knocked my confidence, and I've been quite cautious and anxious. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. I think we need to remember that anxiety isn't always inherently bad. Like, anxiety is your body telling you this could be a dangerous situation, and sometimes we just kind of need to accept that and accept our body's telling us something helpful. So for me, you know, I was getting a bit anxious and I was feeling like I was scared to do anything, but I would just kind of acknowledge it and just go, yep, okay body, I got you, you're worried about this situation, I appreciate that. And then go either, yeah, you're right, that situation does seem a bit much, or go, no, actually you're wrong, I'm gonna move forward with that. So yeah, don't worry if you're feeling anxious and stressed and everything after crashing. That's completely normal. Also tearful. I've cried so much. I've been emotional. Woohoo! I've been so emotional. So yeah, don't worry. That is I guess normal. I hope normal. So I saw a really great quote, which was, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. It sounds silly, but basically if something's worth doing, it's worth doing 5% of it, it's worth doing 3% of it, it's worth doing 1%. I think we often get so consumed in thinking I have to do the whole thing that you forget you can just do a little bit, or just try a little bit, or just go somewhere for 5 minutes, or, you know, if you don't feel up to hanging out with a friend like in person and going out, maybe call them, or maybe send them a text, and then you've got a bit of time to rest in between replies, or take that time to chat when you want to or need to. Just, yeah, remember you don't have to do it all. If it's worth doing, you can just do that little bit. That's been a big one for me. That's really changed a lot of my thoughts and my feelings. I sometimes feel overwhelmed, say if I'm looking at like my emails and I'm like, I've got this many to reply to. Well, I don't have to reply to them all. You know, sometimes I'd look at that and think, I can't do it, and so I just shut my laptop. But actually, even just replying to one email, or, you know, doing one little bit of work, or one, you know, cleaning one fork, or whatever you need to do, break your task down into little bits, and it will just feel so much better. Don't stress about doing a huge mammoth task. that's just not going to be good for you. Yeah, I think when you're crashing, it's really important to communicate that with people, and that's something that I find really hard and I've had to really work on, because when I'm crashing, the last thing I want to do is tell someone that I'm vulnerable, because that's really scary. So for me, I've had to really work on that and learn that it's okay to ask for help, and it's actually really beneficial to ask for help. I think it's really important not to underestimate the mental stress and exhaustion that you can feel during or after a crash. So my recommendations are to get yourself a list of films that make you overwhelmingly happy. I've got a film, one of my favourite films, it's called Dan in Real Life, and I cannot tell you how many times I've watched it. It's really great. I really recommend it. It's Steve Carell and he's just wonderful, and every time I watch it I feel so warmed. So write down a list of your favourite films, give it to someone, write down your favourite snacks as well. Just give them a little cheat sheet of some films, some snacks, some food, some drinks, whatever you need to make yourself feel better. I personally need a blanket, obviously Dan in Real Life or a Disney film, sweet and salted popcorn, and then some Lucozade. And that is kind of like my little cheat sheet on how to make myself feel better. And I think it's important to share that with people. People aren't mind readers, unfortunately. So give them a little helping hand. Also connect with people and share your experiences. Instagram has been incredible for this for me. I've met so many people who have ME and Fibromyalgia as well, or a whole range of other chronic illnesses, and it's really helped me to learn from them, learn what works for them, and try to implement a few of those things into my own life. So definitely recommend browsing the hashtags on Instagram about your chronic illness or some other ones. I also really recommend Babe with a mobility aid. That hashtag makes my day. Speaking of mobility aids, I think that's a good point to discuss when you're crashing. I've gone proper off on one here. Swerve ball. But mobility aids, let's discuss them. Or should I do? No, I'm going to discuss them now. If you feel that it would help you to have a mobility aid, get one. That's as simple as it is. You can have different aids for different days. That's another great hashtag. Actually, yeah, if you need a wheelchair one day, if you need a walking stick the next day, if you need nothing the day after that, that's absolutely fine. We've always been very binary, and our society has been very binary, and I think we've had huge progression in that in terms of gender and sexuality, and I don't feel like we've quite got that with ability and disability. I feel people are kind of regulated to one or the other, and that's not helpful for us at all, really. So please do what you feel is best. I've had a lot of people message me on Instagram and say, I really feel that using a walking stick would help me, but, and it's like, no, stop the sentence there. I really feel that using a walking stick would help me, so I'm going to use one. That should be your full sentence. So if you're crashing and you think, I could do with a little bit more support, get one, see how it goes. Just put yourself out there. It's difficult, and I get that. I really do. Like when I first was ill, I didn't use my stick in front of people. Like the past year I've used my stick in front of more people than I had in the past 7 before that. But sometimes you just got to, because you realise, you get to a point that you realise that not using it is making your life more difficult. So please, yeah, that's a good one. So connect with people, use your mobility aids if you need to, just do what you need to do during a crash. And yeah, I'm really sorry if you guys have been crashing as well recently. I've massively struggled with it, so obviously it's nice to know that it's not just me, but also I really hope you haven't, because it has been awful. Yeah, sending you all so much love and kind thoughts and all the good stuff. Remember to do all the things and the like, subscribe, comment. Let me know actually if you could leave your tips in the comments for what helps you during a crash. If you've got like a film recommendation, like an app that is good for meditation, or anything that you feel helps you during a crash, please, please, please leave it in the comments. And I shall catch you guys soon.